How frustrating is it to look forward to that round of golf all week and you go on the course and your irons just feel horrible. You're just not striking them, they feel harsh, they feel clunky, they really don't feel great off the club face. Well, I'm going to explain exactly why that might be happening. And as I say, we've got two incredibly simple drills, which I love, which are going to help you really feel what you need to do to get those iron shots to feel phenomenal off the club face. At the point of contact, the golfer might have the club face open, so pointing to the right of target. They might then have a club moving from out to in. And if we have the face open and the club moving out to in, you can absolutely strike the center of the golf club. But there's no compression because it's such a glancing blow. Alternatively, you could have the club face pretty square at impact. That's quite common, but you might have the shaft lent backwards. So you might be scooping at impact. And what you're actually doing is presenting too much loft at impact. Again, you can hit the center of the golf club, but because the club has got too much loft, we get no compression, the shots feel horrible. What the best players in the world do, and what I'm going to teach you in this video, is how to, at impact, deliver a club face which is pretty square to your target. That's really key. Have a club path which is pretty straight, so that agrees with the face, and have the shaft length forwards. Because if you can achieve those three things at impact, square face, neutral path, less loft, you are going to be hitting the center, but you are increasing compression. Now, this is one of the best drills I've ever come across to help you really understand and feel what happens at impact. Now, I think I'm going to give credit here to Andrew Rice, because I saw this drill, gotta be some 2 or 3 years ago now, and I absolutely love it. I've got a 7-iron and I've got a little pointer that's going to sit on the club face, just going to show me basically where the loft of my club is pointing, both sort of left and right, but also up and down. And then on the ground, I've just laid a cup. I've had to secure it with a tee because it's pretty windy today. But if I set the club down, you know, a couple of inches behind that cup, what you'll notice is that that pointer is above that cup. If I was to then go into my toe level impact, where the hands are forward and the club still points at my target, you can see how the pointer would now go inside the cup. So the little drill, and you can do this at home, and I really want you to do this because it's so eye-opening, is that you take a setup, and I've got my club right behind that cup, and you can see how the pointer is above it, not going in. And your job is to make some backswings and try and return to impact and get the pointer on the golf club into the cup. It's hard, trust me, because what you're going to start to realize is that if you simply return your hands forwards, it doesn't work. Because hands forwards, all that does is points the club out to the right. It doesn't actually change the loft. What you actually have to do is have your hands forwards at the same time as you have got some twist of the golf club. So let me show what it would look like. And obviously this is just slow motion. We're not trying to hit this cup down the range at all, but you can see pointer is above. I make my backswing and I've now got to twist the golf club as I get my hands forwards. And when I do that, I can get the pointer inside the cup. Now this is extreme. I would never want anybody to be here when you play golf, but what have I got? Hands forwards. That points the loft more down when I can keep the face square to the target. So many of you who struggle with impact are going to have your hands back. That doesn't work. You're going to have the club moving out to in. That doesn't work. You're not going to have the hands forward. That doesn't work. You haven't got the right twist. That doesn't work. So I can just stand here and go pointer above the cup, weight shift, hands forward, twist into the cup. And it's an absolutely eye-opening little exercise to really start to feel for the first time possibly what the best players in the world are doing as they move into impact. Now you've felt it. That might be the first time you've ever really experienced what those movements are like put together. I want you to move on to this little drill here. Let me explain what I've got set up. I've got an alignment stick out there, which is give or take on my target line. And I've just got this set up down here. I've got a towel rolled up just outside the golf ball, and I've got an alignment stick down here. Now this is the drill I want you to do. This is brilliant because what we've got to try and now get is an attack angle which is down. We've got to get a club face which is pointing about at our target, and we've got to have less loft on the golf club. That's how we get compression. That's how we get those shots that feel phenomenal. This alignment stick is about 1.5 club head widths behind my golf ball. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a setup, and I'm doing this just inside the ball to begin with, and I'm going to go just onto my lead leg. My back leg is literally there for a little bit of balance. It's not really taking any of the weight or the pressure. Now watch what happens to the golf club naturally as I do that. The shaft goes forward, so I've now got the grip in front of where it would be normally. Now from here, provided I keep the weight on this lead leg, it's almost impossible for me to have an attack angle that isn't negative. The only way I could have a attack angle which is too shallow would be one if I start to fall back, but I'm going to feel that. I'm going to get that feedback straight away. The alignment stick is there for that feedback, but if you can do this correctly, you won't be hitting that alignment stick. So handle forward, weight is forward. This is allowing me to really start to get this attack angle in that region of -4, -5. As I shuffle in and do this with the golf ball, I want to make sure that my golf ball heads off left of this alignment stick. Why do I want that? Well, because we've got the shaft forwards, that has the effect of opening the face. And what we've just discussed at the first phase of this video is that we need to add some twist to get that face to point back to where it needs to be. So I've got to add that twist to make my ball go left of that alignment stick. There is another way that we could do that. If I wanted the ball left of the alignment stick, I could do it through path. That's the wrong way to do it. That's what so many golfers do. They use path to try and fix the ball going off to the right. That's exactly why I've got that towel there, because that towel stops me delivering a path which is out to win. So if you ask me now to go up onto this leg, make a little swing and hit the ball left of the alignment stick, I am guaranteeing 3 things. I'm guaranteeing a negative attack angle. I'm guaranteeing the club face is square if not closed, and I'm guaranteeing that my path is neutral. Those are the 3 things that we said right back at the start are going to give you that compression, that squash feeling, that addictive feeling that so many golfers are searching for. So let's show you. We go up onto the toe, and I'm now going to simply go little half swing, hit the ball left of my alignment stick. And we see that kind of low ball flight. Now come and have a look at this little divot. It wasn't a big divot because I was using low speed, but my golf ball was here and I landed the club here. You can see it, there's not really a divot, there's not something I can put back into the ground, but there's a mark. That tells me I hit down on the golf ball, which is exactly what I wanted. So let me have another go at that. I'm going to put the ball in the same spot. Up onto my foot, that is there for balance. Left of the alignment stick through twist. I mean, these are going 40, 50 yards. They feel phenomenal. It feels compressed because compression isn't about speed. It's about what the club does to the ball, and you can feel that over 50 yards if you do it correctly. As I said, there's 3 things there that have to be in place. Think of how different that is to what so many golfers do when they have the weight back. They have the face open. They have the club cutting across the golf ball. When we start to make golf swings, where we have those things in place, weight back out to win, I mean, it just feels awful. And do you know what? I actually hit the centre of that. That came off the centre, but it was a glancing blow. It didn't feel as if there was any energy going through to the golf ball. And so many golfers are spending their time on the golf course hitting the centre and not getting those feels. These little exercises, the cup, this little exercise are going to train you to making those perfect golf swings with compression, and it's going to feel phenomenal.